Yeah, let's check it out. We'll be meeting with Miss Pandora on site.
We will, yeah. She should be there. Oh,
There she is, right there.
Hey!
Ha-ha! Hey, Pandora, good to see ya.
Hey, good to see you.
See ya, all right.
Sure.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, place is looking great. Obviously been hearing a lot of great things. Alex has been showing me some of the grounds, but we're real excited to get into the pit house and see what this food machine is all about.
Well, yep, it's getting cranking. You want to take a look inside?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Lead the way. Wow, isn't this a beautiful entranceway?
Yeah, we still got some finish work to do in here and some windows, but it's nice because it cools everything.
Nice and cool, I see.
So,
Wow, look at this slice. This is
Wow.
amazing. Hey, souls. Welcome to Rain River Farms. I'm Revo. I'm known as having the cleanest work gloves on the farm. This is Pandora, and this is Eno. This is our team, our management team for what you're about to see with our beautiful pit greenhouse food producing machine. Healthy human food. Pandora, she runs all of our grow operations. Eno, he represents all of our building and construction and innovative design. And together, collectively with the rest of our team, we have focused on producing healthy food for human consumption that we provide in town to restaurants and to a market that we operate as well. And we're really excited to share what we've innovated and built and designed. We use ancient techniques with modern components, as you can see here. We'll go through and look at how this was built and designed, and we'll go through and look at how we've planted and why we've planted certain vegetables at certain times of the year. But we're really excited to share this with the world, and we're really excited to share it with you on how this all came about. Welcome to Rain River Farms. Well, good job on the place. It's incredibly beautiful, well designed. Why don't you walk through a little bit of the dimensions and some of the components and some of the struggles on how you got to where we are now?
Okay. Yeah. So, going back to ancient techniques with modern components, we really wanted to take what was called the Walipini greenhouse, which is in the ground, and create a new version of that, which we have done here. In the beginning stages of this, we actually tried to retrofit an older style hoop house greenhouse, but we continued to come against a bunch of different failures. So we switched and pivoted and started to work new designs that would operate better in this space. So as we stand here, this is a 20 by 96 feet long greenhouse that we have sunken 4 feet into the ground. Big reason why we do that is because we are collecting the geothermal ground temperatures to keep our growing seasons extended for a much longer period of time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's and what he also has done is he's designed a metal building and some other innovative building techniques on how to attach the greenhouse panels and how to set it up for water and irrigation and for venting, all the things that you would be challenged with in a normal greenhouse operation.
Well, I'll say Pandora gets as the irrigation specialist. I can't take that from her. So
No, and
she did
Pandora,
a fantastic job.
beautiful, beautiful place.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a real pleasure to grow in here. It's just a fantastic amount of space, and it's been really fun helping to get this set up and collaborating with our team here. And I've just recently gotten drip lines installed in all these beds. I can tell you about our whole fertilizer injector system that's completely passive. It doesn't require power. We do have a low voltage system for a time clock for the irrigation. So this is fantastic because, you know, I don't have to come in here and water. I walk through here, make sure everything looks okay, and there you go. That's it. Really takes a heck of a lot of labor out of the equation and just gives us amazing plants and amazing food.
Yeah, wouldn't you say your grow team is balanced and knowledgeable for both this climate, this geographic zone, and now with all of these new greenhouse and growing techniques that we're using? Like, you guys are running research and development like in real time and have done a fantastic, produced great results even through the winter time here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, a little bit more of what you're going to see in here as we continue to, you know, see everybody and create content. Is kind of how things shift and how we're, you know, we're pulling out some of the cooler weather crops and we're going in with the warmer weather crops and, you know, what that looks like and experimenting with how all different types of crops perform in here at varying times of the year. And we're still really working on gathering information and gathering data to really get dialed into what works. But so far, everything's been fantastic.
We've been very blessed. We've been very blessed with a great team as well. When the growing team runs into a challenge, then the building team steps in. Tell us a little bit about your guys and how proud of them you are of what they've been able to build around the whole farm and solve problems, find solutions to the challenges that the grow team has faced.
Yeah, so I mean, this is all the most incredible, I think, piece of this is all started as research. You know, we've seen ideas over the years of people doing certain items and growing and building, but there hasn't really seemed a large collaboration to integrate the two. And with my team and my construction team, we have been able to work with Pandora and her farming team to try to to integrate the best versions of what we can do in production while staying true to ancient growing techniques. You know, I would say, as you can see, like just behind me, you know, we going vertical growing techniques and vertical stackies. We've integrated this system so that we can grow more throughout our seasons, and we can also produce more in a smaller space. And you know, the idea of this is we have a lot of passive systems, and what we mean by passive is we aren't using the grid, the electrical grid, and sucking up a bunch of energy. We're not pulling thousands of gallons of water. The system really operates at its lowest capacity without a bunch of pumps, power, and I mean, I don't know, electronics. So very simple system.
Extra inputs.
And
yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just saying, with that being said, you know, now we're coming into a broader picture. So we call ourselves Rain River Farm, that is both regenerative and restorative. So the regenerative is the growing techniques, and the restorative is our collective efforts as a team to both get the invasive species off of this property, this beautiful property that we're blessed to work in, and to replant native species. As we are in a salmon estuary, we're surrounded by the salmon estuary, and there's a huge conservation aspect to where we're at. So we really want to show collectively how you can grow healthy food for human consumption, but also work integrated with the habitat around us so that we are not disturbing, but we actually are cohabitating with the beautiful habitat that surrounds us. So all of our building techniques have that in mind, and all of our growing techniques have that in mind, both regenerative and the restoration aspects. All right, Pandora, let's walk us through here and let's show everyone where we're at right now at this stage of growth in Pit House 1.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, come on in and let's take a tour. This is the south side of the pit house, and you can see we've got these nice deep raised beds on both sides. been noticing that the light hits really differently from the south side to the north side, and I don't want to shade my crops, so I'm planting short stuff over here on the south side. So you can see we've got a bunch of crops going in. There's peppers, there's sweet potatoes. This is our irrigation system, our drip irrigation system. These are pressure compensating emitters. They have very, very low flow. So they come on and they just kind of trickle and get this soil nice and wet. We've got a spinach, hot weather spinach type plant, New Zealand spinach. And then we have these nice, these beautiful benches that our construction team built in here with the, we got our first aid kit in here, got places to keep some things. So these nice deep beds here on the sides are about 2 foot deep, like 2.5, 30 inches high, somewhere in there. So they hold a pretty substantial amount of soil. Once this soil gets wet, it stays pretty moist, so that's really helping us out. These are nice because they're this metal material that's coated, haven't had any rust issues. They've got some support here along the insides, but it's been really, really nice to be able to just have good deep soil. I don't have any concerns about how high plants are going to grow, if they're going to have enough soil for their root space. So anything that's going to be a larger growing plant, typically I'm putting over here in these beds. We've got a bunch of sweet potatoes that these are going to get sprawly. You'll see after they do their thing. This will be covered. It's going to look like a jungle. It'll be amazing. These guys just went in maybe 2 weeks ago. So you can already see how much growth we've got here. Look how beautiful that is. These are a purple sweet potato. So the outside is purple, and when you cut it open, the inside's purple. So there you go. You got a purple leaf as well.
All right, what we have here is our stacky forest. So the stackies revolve. Pandora has designed a super deluxe turbocharged watering system, irrigation on the top, and it will trickle down. One of our next big projects is to bring the soil in and fill in each one of these individual grow pockets that will allow us to grow an insane amount of Rain River salad mix that will be our featured product and item that we'll have for in town. And it's top secret right now, but I can tell you it's going to be healthy, delicious, delectable, and crunchy.
That's right.
Pandora, tell us a little bit about how you will end up utilizing this space to produce. We don't even know what the numbers are on how much production will come off of this.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't grown in a system like this before, but it represents such a fantastic increase in the amount of square footage that we have available. I'm really, really excited to see one lettuce plant per pot here. And, there's 4 grow space, roughly 4 pockets per each of one of these, and there's 8 levels, so right there is 32 per row, per column, and gosh, I forget, there's 16 or so per each half row here, so that really just represents a phenomenal amount of square footage for growing. So I haven't actually run numbers yet, and I have no idea actually, but it's gonna be a lot, I'll tell you that.
It's gonna be a mystery. A beautiful mystery.
A beautiful mystery.
So with that being said, we are able to grow along the bottom as well. Revolution lettuce. Hello, welcome. Now this, we think we will run a variety in each column, in each row, in each column, and that'll allow us to get this mix that we want to achieve with the nutritional content, the flavor, the variety, the color even, so that both the restaurants and our customers and all the souls out there can enjoy this healthy, delicious, flavorful food. And so we're real excited for you to follow us along as we develop all of this in real time together.
Absolutely. And yeah, if you want to take a walk down this aisle, I can show you a couple of the lettuce varieties that we're looking at currently. Revo already pointed out Revolution, our frilly red lettuce here. And we've also got, if you come on down here a little bit further, this is a red iceberg. And
We can ask them.
that's been phenomenally heat tolerant. Really excited about this one. Crunchy, delicious, sweet.
But
I am seed saving from a few of these lettuces. You know, we've got this amazing opportunity with these changing conditions as the lettuce, I consider lettuce a winter crop. So as those are coming out, I'm choosing the last ones to go to seed. So we're seed saving from the most heat resistant lettuces we can. So we have the most flexibility, whether it's in a greenhouse or whenever it's out in the field, you know, we'll have the longest production time.
if you can pan around, you'll be able to see the irrigation system here that the team has collectively worked on.
So this is our kind of our main brain mostly of the irrigation. So I chose an 8-zone controller. And as you can see, I have all of these low voltage valves labeled with which zone is what, and we have room for one more zone in case we need it. So it's always good to leave a little bit of wiggle room. So yeah, this looks like a lot going on here. It was a little bit of a challenge to run all of this pipe in a way that didn't look like a rat's nest.
It's beautiful. I mean, you did a fantastic job on that.
Thank you. But yeah, as you can, so some of what this stuff is, down here is the main. The water comes up through the ground. This is a disc filter. So that's a reusable filter. We don't need to buy anything for that ever again. It's like a stack of poker chips. And you just take it off and rinse it out. So we've got a particle filter. We've got an extra hose bib here. This is our injector system, mix right injector. So that's designed for, you know, we can turn this on and it'll just add fertilizer to our irrigation lines. You know, nutrient teas we've talked about. Fish emulsion is always one that's a grower's favorite. So that's got valves to use it or bypass it. And then the water goes into all these valves. When it's time, the clock turns on the valves, it gives the signal, and irrigation comes on. I can also make it come on by doing this. So
Analog
there you go.
manual.
That's right.
So, Karina, would you say, like, even if we had
Pandora.
no electricity operating, we could turn
Yes.
this on manually and still have
Absolutely.
operations in here? So
Absolutely, yeah. So if the power went out, first of all, our little battery would kick on in the time clock, and we would probably have 48, 72 hours to realize that our time clock isn't going to work. But then, whatever, we just come in here and we can flip our little red switch here and manually water.
What
No
a
problem.
what a beautifully designed system. Pandora, if the irrigation is one of the larger, more important aspects of the greenhouse, of the pit greenhouse, how about the shade cloth and other forms of keeping things cool with our lettuce? You're at a 30% now, is that correct?
That's
On
right.
your shade cloth?
Yep.
You're thinking you may go up to 40, you may go up to 50, depending on how the season goes. You're going to play with that?
That's a possibility. You know, I tried 50 on one of our mini greenhouses, and all of the plants kind of started to stretch. So then I'd be looking at supplemental light. So there's a real sacrifice there. And, you know, moving forward, I'd really like to kind of focus on more of the passive cooling effects. You know, I think we still have a lot of opportunity with these outdoor structures and with some other kind of passive chimney type effects, I think are going to give us a great deal of cooling.
Well, Eno, that's where you and your team are going to come in. You got to help us out here, huh?
That's
I
right.
think I can. Yeah. Well, you know, the design is we have east to west is which runs our long ways. Our original plan was talking about actually adding a more Lexan panel doghouse that would be on our east side. That would allow us capabilities to do starts and then move into planting.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be that we actually make that another cool part, and all that is closing off with metal panels, insulating, and then we have 2 directional points creating passive cooling in this pit greenhouse.
And it's a real gamble, but I think our team is up for the task.
I think so too, and like Pandora mentioned too, this style we haven't implemented any type of roof venting in it yet, so that could be also a big game changer, which is usually in greenhouses or commercial greenhouse systems. So once we get those in, we, along with our other doghouse, I think we're going to see some big game changers.
I think we're
keeping
gonna
this cooler during our hotter seasons.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to follow along as we try and solve for these big challenges that we know we're going to face. Is it fair to say that because we're focused on a year-round food production, there's going to be different methods or different innovative techniques that will be applied to try to stretch our growing season, and maybe some crop rotation or some different shade cloths or closing or opening of our different avenues to keep things going year-round, as that's our primary focus? Is that fair to say?
Definitely so, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
From a grower perspective, and in this particular building, this particular greenhouse, one of the advantages we have is a real height difference. We have these stackies up here, taller than you. That's probably going to be warmer than it is down here on the ground. So,
good point.
That might be another way we can rotate crops, and we can make use of what the seasons give to us in the best way possible.
Yeah, that's a good point. So that's great. Thank you, everyone, for coming and exploring what we call our pit house. And this is Pit House 1. And this one here is in full production, almost. I guess we still have to, we've got to fill these out. But we are in production now for this season. And follow us along as we continue to face new challenges and look for great new results.